Hey everyone, welcome back to Uncle Harvey's Honey. I wanted to do a winter video here. Not much going on in the bee yard, but this is your public service reminder to get your woodwork done. I just put together 18 tops and 18 bottoms, um, and about 20 or so boxes. My woodenware boxes here, so getting those all done. I was going to go through today and talk about uh, you know how I set up my woodenware and kind of the design that I've come up with and I've been following for about 10 years. I'll go through some of the benefits, and obviously there is some downside to every system that you're running, but let's start off with the tops here. We got about, I'd say 20 inches of snow, something like that. Not too much. So on my tops, the reason that I made 18 is because that's how many I can get out of a sheet of plywood. I have detailed videos of exactly the measurements and how I put these together. Today I just wanted to go over the general benefits and maybe not so much benefits, but this is what I'm running. If you have any comments or think that I can improve upon this system, you let me know. This is what I've been doing for at least 10 years now. I switched over from buying equipment and building my own. The tops, they consist of some 1x4s. Now they are insulated. Got rock wool insulation right up underneath. And then, as you can see, everything's put together with a stapler, narrow crown stapler, and these specific outdoor screws. It's what I use, and it works real well. So that's the top. Some of the benefits I see is it has, the insulation in there year round. It's just part of the system and never comes out. The reason I'm using the rock wool, and I went through this in a bunch of other videos, is I used to just use the foam board insulation, but I'd have ants come up and they'd make a home in between the boxes and they'd just chew away at the polystyrene or whatever it is. The foam board, we'll just say. This rock wool seems to really help out with that ant problem, and I just got tired of replacing the insulation year after year, so that's why I converted to this. Now, like I said, I have detailed videos, and I'll link them up here. It's a playlist series. Basically, it's all of my woodwork. I go through building all of the boxes, technique, the tops and the bottoms. But the tops, now I don't have a inner cover here, but generally it just sits like that. Got plenty of space on each side. Oh, I'd say ½ inch on each side. Front to back, now we do have at least 2 or 3 inch buffer there. So this is just one of those stands that I make. I got a bunch of them, but we'll go ahead. The bottom boards here. Let's just get one of these off. Now this one's on top, so it's got a little snow, but Now I'll go up in the bee yard and here, and we'll look at ones that were in the field, not just a display version here. But the idea behind it, and I don't know if we can get a little. The idea behind it is that everything is flush. So you're gonna see when I go up to the bee yard, I don't have to clear snow. This bottom, there is no landing board on the system I'm running, and that really, to me, helps out. I never have to worry about it building up with snow or anything. And you can make the entrance as narrow as you want. My entrances are about approximately 5 inches. It's 3/8 inch tall year round. I don't have to mess with it. I don't have to go up. So that's one of the other benefits is this. I tried to set it up for year round. So I'm not messing with the entrance size or anything. So that would be the advantage. Now let's talk about some of the disadvantages with running this system. Because it is a smaller entrance, the bees will chew away at the box. And they make it a little taller and some other stuff, so you have to monitor that. Basically, once you have a box and it's a bottom board and they chew away, or the bottom box, and they start chewing away at it, it's basically a permanent bottom box. You can't really put that up for your supers or anything because it's not going to sit flush. But this is the system I'm running, and let's head on up to the bee yard here. I'll hike on up in the snow and you can check out the hives. Yeah, you can check out the hives and see how this equipment is working in the field. So let's head on up. Well, here we are in the bee yard. Finally got up here. We're pretty snowed in. Cleared off the solar panel and making sure it's charging the batteries. And here we are in the bee yard. We do have some dead bees on the ground. They must have flown out. I mean, it hasn't been anywhere near flying temperature, so I'm gonna guess these weren't orientation flights. These were dead, or bees that were about to die knowing that and just flew out as far as they could. They didn't make it very far, 5 feet at the most, but that's a good thing. I'm going to kind of show you the bottom boards here, and we'll walk around and check it out. So here we are. As you can see, no snow to remove because I'm not running a landing board. We'll check these ones over here, see how they're doing. Same thing. We're looking good. And we'll check the front row. Front row looks pretty good. And as you can see, you know, running this type of system. Yeah, so as you can see, running this type of system here, you don't, it minimizes your work. One of the other benefits for these bottom boards that I wanted to go over is they're just built heavy duty. You know, most of them are made out of 2x3s and 2x4s. It's basically whatever lumber I have around the house. And we have these lids here. Now I do have a little bit of variety. At one point I thought I'd just make the lids out of the insulation and paint them. And that works, but like I said, the ants, they kind of cause a little trouble. So these are the red lids that are made out of insulation are at least 10 years old, so they're holding up, but if you get ants in there, it's not any good. This is one right here. It's got this is a 2x4. As you can see, we got plenty of snow. I want to leave that on for insulation, but yeah, everything's good. I don't want to be messing around with these bees right now. It's cold. They're tucked in. I'm not sure what the temperature is, but if I had to guess, I don't know, 15, maybe 20. 20 would be high. I don't think it's that warm. I'm going to go with colder than that. Well, I just wanted to go over the woodenware with you here today. Like I said, I got all type of videos on me actually building these and the dimensions, and both for the bottoms and the tops. And I wanted to put a video out and show you how it actually works in the field. And here they are. Let me know if you think that there's any way I could improve on this. I mean, I'm pretty settled in on this, but you know, I'm not stuck in my ways. I could make some modifications. I have this system pretty down pat with the measurements and all the cut calculations for plywood and how many boards I need and all that. Anyways, thanks for joining me here in the apiary, and hope this helps out. Let me know if I can improve on anything, but maybe consider. Now, don't get rid of all of your equipment that you have, but if you're going to start building your own bottoms and tops, maybe consider some of the techniques that I'm using here. You know, you don't have to do it exactly, but maybe take some of this information with everything running flush. You don't have to worry about snow. You know, with all the bees around on the snow, you can tell, you know, you don't really have to clear the entrances or anything. If there was a real big buildup, I guess I'd get a stick or something. But everything looks clean to me. And that's one of the benefits, is you're just not, it's not continuous maintenance or whatever. It's a one-time entrance, year round. Lids, you build them once, year round. I am running all 8 frame boxes here, and they're all deeps. So you can see I'm trying to minimize and standardize everything. One of the other benefits is with it, everything being vertical with no landing board, is if on your bee lift, if you have one, I have one because it just makes things easier not lifting all that weight. But when you get the electric hive lifter, you can come from the front, the back, it doesn't matter, and it lays right up against the rails. You can pick it up. Just not having that landing board really helps out, in my opinion, because you don't have to worry about the woodenware getting a lot of water that settles and soaks. And then from what I've seen on other people's systems, you know, that's the first thing that rots out, is right where all the water collects. This, everything just sheds down, so it works out well. It is pretty cold here, and hopefully these bees make it through. Pretty excited. I'm building a new apiary and getting that all ready this winter, so the only thing I got to do is get in here and make my splits in the spring, and hopefully enough survive that I can fill in some. I don't have too many dead spots here. I got 2 up front right now. We'll see what it is in the spring, but basically replenish any little gaps I have here, and then enough to take up and start a brand new yard. That'll be nice. That yard's all set up. I mean, I had to clear some brush and cut a tree down, but the electric fence is set up. The rails, they're there. They're leveled. The only thing we got to do is bring in the bees. So fingers crossed that we have enough bees to make it through. And spring's coming. It doesn't look like it at all right now, but I know it's coming. I'm getting excited, and that's why I was saying in the beginning of the video, make sure you get your woodenware done now, because you know, you get in here and start splitting bees, or you know, say you had a swarm or something, you can't be building or buying tops and bottoms or building boxes. You have to have that equipment ready. So get your woodenware done. I know I sure am trying. I have a lot already put away, but now I do have 18 more bottoms and tops, probably 20 more boxes, along with the 50 or 60 I have down there with comb in them. But thanks for joining me here today, and remember, be kind to your bees, and we'll see you next time.